Trading is gambling. For some reason, most traders don't want to admit this. They deny this. I don't know if it's because they want to look like they're doing something prestigious or something smart, but by the very definition of the word, when you're trading in financial markets, you are gambling. The English dictionary definition of the word gambling is the activity of betting money. And even more interesting than that, the business English dictionary definition is the activity of risking money on the result of something, hoping to make money. Now, by the very definition of the word gambling, this is exactly what we are doing when we're trading financial markets. When we take a trade, we're betting on whether the price of an asset is going to go up or down, and we are risking our money on that in hopes of making more back in return. So what we're doing is not too much different to what a gambler at a Vegas casino is doing, even if you don't want to admit that. But if trading is gambling, how can we have any hope of winning? As you know, if you spend enough time in a casino in Vegas, you are going to lose all of your money eventually. So what is it that makes trading different? Well, the difference in the world of trading is we are not in a player versus house game. The market isn't out to get us, it's not against us. It just exists, and we make decisions within that market. This means that we can create an edge. Now, an edge is a system that allows us to win by balancing our wins and losses long term. In the case of a casino, they hold the edge, meaning each game is weighted to make sure they make money in the long term, which means eventually, even if you'll break even or winning in the short term, if you play long enough, you're going to go broke. The casino will take all of your money. In trading, however, because we're not battling a house, we can actually create the edge and become the house. To highlight this difference, let's use the example of a blackjack player. So in a game of blackjack, you risk $1 to make $1. That is the only thing you do. There's no way to optimize or maximize profits past this mark. And the standard house edge in a game of blackjack is around 2%, meaning the house has a 52% chance of winning, you have a 48% chance of winning. This means in the long term, it's worse than a coin flip. Now this is a Monte Carlo simulation. What we see here is basically a start balance of $100,000, and if we're considering the blackjack player, this is what their performance would look like over the long term in multiple different situations. So this is working by risking $1 to make $1 with a 48% win rate. And as you can see, the only way that a blackjack player can win in the long term is pure luck. It's very unlikely to happen, and if we extended the length of the simulation, every one of these would turn negative. It's a losing game, because the edge is in the hands of the casino. After 1 year of playing blackjack, the most likely outcome is to be down around 20%. Not great. But the difference is, in trading, we make the rules. So we can actually build an edge ourselves, which allows us to hold that advantage over the market. And an edge is made up of two things. The first is win rate. Win rate is simply how often you win and lose. So if you have a 50% win rate, that means you're winning 5 out of every 10 trades and you're losing 5 out of every 10 trades. So you're pretty much flipping a coin. Risk reward is how much you win versus how much you lose. So a trader that is working with a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio will make a $3 return for every $1 they risk. So if they risk $1,000, they will be aiming to make $3,000 per winning position. Now, obviously, comparable to blackjack, this is great, because if we can push those win rates to around 50% or 60%, and we can work with positive risk to reward, meaning we don't just risk $1 to make $1, we risk $1 to make 3 or more, then we have the perfect mathematical setup to just play the statistics, play the probabilities, and make money long term. So let's take a look at another simulation. This time, risking $1 to make $2 in return, with a house edge of 0%. So we're looking at a trader who is winning 50% of trades and losing 50% of trades. They're not a genius, they're right half of the time. But because they're able to amplify the profits on the winners, you'll see how good the performance can be. So once again, with a start balance of $100,000, you see that every single one of these traders after 1 year of trading is in the positive, some more than others. Now this is due to something we call variance. If you have a system that is generally going to win 50% of the trades it takes, sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll have big winning streaks of 4, 5, 6 trades in a row that just bring you massive profits. But other times you might get unlucky. It's not a linear process. It's not win, loss, win, loss. Sometimes it will be win, win, win. Sometimes it will be loss, 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 which means variance will decide how fast you reach success. But if you follow the system, you are going to reach success regardless, and you completely take luck out of the equation. The only thing that luck is good for is having some nice big wins faster than other people. It's truly the edge and the system that will create your profitability as a trader. Now that simulation is running 8 trades per month. so 2 trades per week, over the span of a year. You can see here, with an initial balance of $100,000, you could expect to make around 58.1% as a return over the year. That's not accounting for withdrawals, so this would be compounded interest. Now, despite what you may have seen online from fake gurus spouting imaginary 11,000% yearly returns, anywhere from 30 to 60% per year from your trading is incredible. It's a really, really good return to make. So if you can aim to make anything near this 58% over a year, you'll do very well. And you can see it's actually not too hard. So in trading, we get to build the edge. We do that with win rates and risk reward. This takes away the advantage of the house, which would be the market, and puts the edge in our hands, which means we don't need to rely on luck and we can succeed simply by following this system. Now let's push it up a notch. In this simulation, we're looking at a trader with a 40% win rate. So this trader is only going to be winning 4 out of 10 trades, meaning they are losing more than half of their positions. But they're able to return 3% for every 1% risked on the winning positions. So by winning 4 out of 10 trades with a 1 to 3 risk reward, you see the results are massively amplified. Now this is over a 4-year period, not a 1-year period. But you can see here, once again, every trader is going to be massively profitable by at least over 100% in returns. And some of the traders have actually made huge returns, 1000% plus returns. Now remember, this is not including withdrawals, so all of this interest compounds. If you're going to be withdrawing money from your trading account, you can expect to be closer to the lower end of this chart. Over this 4-year period, you can see the most likely outcome is going to be a 267% return, which is, once again, very, very nice. So what we can see here is trading is indeed gambling. But because we get that advantage of being able to calculate the risks and work systems in our favor using risk reward and win rates, we are able to win long term, unlike the Vegas gambler. Now in the world of trading, winning 40, 50 or 60% of your trades is generally about as good as it's going to get if you want positive risk reward. I know that online expectations are skewed, but this is from my personal experience, the experiences of thousands of traders that I've taught that are now successful, many of the peers and other successful traders that I know in my life, and also from researching the greatest traders in history. 40, 50 or 60% is around as good as you're going to get with a good trading system that has strong risk reward. Now my systems bring me back around a 50% win rate long term, which means I'm winning half the trades, I'm losing half the trades that I take. And people have made the comment to me,
this is like flipping a coin.
And that I must be a terrible trader because I only win half the trades I take. And
anyone can do that.
But that is exactly the point. Anyone can do that. You don't need to be a genius and you don't need to have amazing technical prowess or be reading through macroeconomic reports all day, every day. You literally just need a system that allows you to flip the coin, win half the time and win more when you win than you lose when you lose. And the problem here just comes from overcomplication. People feel like they need some holy grail or magical system, when that is really not the case. Success in trading is found in simplicity, but people cannot accept that. So trading is gambling, but it's calculated gambling with an edge in our favor. Most traders lose because they don't accept this point, and instead of accepting that trading is gambling and they need to build this edge, they just focus on trying to master the chart and get 100% win rate, which is never going to happen. The small percentage of traders who do win have either been taught or learned themselves that trading is calculated gambling, and then they've put these systems in place to make sure they come out on top. But the truth is, approaching trading in this way, viewing it as calculated gambling, is actually a lot easier. It's a lot easier to win this way than it is to try and chase unrealistic, unattainable win rates. So if this information is new to you, I want you to think about this for a bit and see how you can rebuild your systems to incorporate the risk reward and win rate edge. And if you want help doing that, there's a link in the description which will take you to a free course, which is specifically designed to help you build a trading system like the one we've covered today. Make sure you check that out. That will be the biggest step you take to turning around your trading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.